When I was a young chibi troll, video games were very expensive, and as such, reviewers had a very important task to tell me which games should I buy and which games should I stay away from. And back in the day, the video game reviewers were kind of spot on most of the time, but now they are just an extension of the PR arm of corporations, especially the official critics, and I will prove it to you. Take, for example, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. It got really great reviews from people that got to play the game earlier than everyone else. The problem with the game? It was broken on launch. You could not finish the game. And the game just crashes. And it's the main quest line. And not a single reviewer talked about this. Not a single one of them. All of them gave the game great reviews. Now, by June the 20th, the bug was still on. And look what the reviewers said. Fantastic port. Oh, really? Is it a fantastic port? Is it a fantastic port? If you can't play it because it breaks? Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Fantastic RPG. Simply a joy to play on Switch. Is it though? Is it a joy to play? Do you enjoy the game crashing? Have you even played it? Have you even played it? God is a geek. Probably not. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, the Sith Lord, expands on the groundbreaking original story. Story choices changes depending on who you put in your party at the time. How did you know? How did you know? Because by the time you get the choices, you have to pass the game-breaking bug, which at the time wasn't fixed. You're literally writing this out of your asshole. The corporation gave you something to write. Didn't they? Didn't they? Knights of the Old Republic 2 for Nintendo Switch is a fantastic time. Aspyr does a great job. Yeah, it's selling you a broken product. Selling you a shit game that doesn't work. But they want your money for it. How would they feel if if you had a way to get the transaction going so you buy the game, but you only give them $10 and you're giving them the rest of the $50 later? Because this is how I understand the video game industry is right now. And it's mostly in part of these people, because they never call out the corporations when pulling shit like this. So the corporation, right, they charge you full price, they give you a broken game, and maybe they can patch it a month or so later. How would it be if the consumer would give the corporation $20 and, maybe after a month or two they give the rest of the $40? They probably wouldn't like that now, would they? And look at it, look, all of them. All of them, like 80, like all of these websites, these are the authoritative sources. These are the ones that never review bomb. You know what this should be called? This should be called review blossoming. When you give good grades to a company that doesn't deserve it. Now, I'm not saying that the game isn't good or anything. What I'm saying is that they haven't played it. Like, there is no freaking way that they have played the game when it crashes and you can't get past the first level. Which is pretty much, not really the tutorial part, but it's like the introduction of it. How can, like, all these publications, they talk about sexismus, racismus, all that bullshit, but when it actually comes to reviewing a game, they don't mention the fact that it crashes. Now, if you look at the user reviews, so let's go over here, except for the outliers, you get people saying, was a good game until I got stuck with constant crashes on Onderon. 50 hours down the drain, I guess. Broken port, crashes regularly, about 6-8 hours on a loading screen. Some dialogue randomly skips. Why didn't they mention all of this? Isn't this important? Like, did they not notice these bugs? I registered just to say, please read articles about the game before purchasing it. It is currently unbeatable with no ETA from the developer for a fix. Releasing a game in this status is unacceptable. It should have been caught in QAA and should be taken off the store until it's fixed. Like, you would think at least the game journals that got early reviews would have talked about this. Like, they would have called the company and they would say, look, I know you want us to give you a glowing review. Demo, shkushi, the game isn't able to finish. What are you doing? Like, please fix this. People are going to be upset. They haven't played it, that's why. Like, video game journalists do not play video games. I don't know what the fuck they're like. I don't know what their job is about, but clearly they do not. And this is even a good game. You literally have no excuse for not playing it. It's KOTOR, for fuck's sakes. If you're not going to play KOTOR, what are you going to play? I don't know a single freaking person that doesn't like KOTOR. Even if you're not a Star Wars fan, it's still a good RPG. Why would you not play it? Even if it's not your job, you get it for free, fucking play it. Game currently crashes about halfway. Developers knew and released anyway. Good reviews sadly must not have gotten far enough. I don't know if the developers knew or not, but again, at least one of the reviewers should have warned people. Game currently crashes about halfway through. Developers knew and released anyway. Good reviews sadly must not have gotten far enough. Okay, maybe it's my bad. Maybe it's not like really early in the game. People are saying it's 50 hours or halfway through. I remember like getting to that stage pretty quickly. Maybe I didn't do side quests or, but it's still no freaking excuse. Come on, like this is your job. Your job is to review video games. This is what you do for a living. The game is great, always has been. The Switch port needs a lot of work. Why are you giving it a 6 then? Like the people who originally made the game, yeah, I agree, it's a great game. However, it's a port, like you're supposed to rate the port. You know, I don't know what's up with these corporations. I genuinely do not know if they are actually getting money from the developers. Like, that's one possibility. If it's nepotism, that's another possibility. I also think maybe they don't even need to get money. Maybe they just get early access codes. And because of that, they get more clicks. Because they're the first one to review the game. So it's kind of understandable that if you're getting favors by having early access keys, that you're supposed to give a good review if you want early access in the future. So maybe this is what it's about. But whatever the case, like, these people cannot be trusted. You should look at all of these critic reviews, right? And you should memorize them if you're actually serious about, you know, going on a video game website. I don't know why you would. But like all of these, except for Digital Champs. Like Digital Champs released their review on 28th. But everyone else, right? Besides the ones that gave a negative score, all of these green ones, you should never trust them, ever. Under any circumstance. Like, these are shills. This is publicity. This is ads for the company. That's how you should treat, like, part of the PR team of the corporation. All of these. Gaming Nexus, CG Magazine. Shame on you. Let me know what you guys think, though. And I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.